Now, we've been keeping an eye on events down there in Plymouth, two rival demonstrations in Plymouth city centre. Dan Whitehead is there. And Dan, what's the latest that's going on?
The tensions are just flaring up again. It had gone a little bit quieter, but as you can see here, in the last couple of minutes, the crowd on either side of these two separate protests has surged, and they've been throwing a lot of glass bottles over the sort of the central reservation of this main road in the centre of Plymouth, and that has caused these riot police officers to come in and push both sides of the crowd back. I mean, they're almost helped now because they've gone up further up the street, which has got a barrier between them. But at one point, I would say there are 60 or 70 or so from the campaign group that you're looking at, the group which is shouting, "Stop the boats, save our children," and saying that refugees are not welcome here. Those are some of the slogans. They had all climbed on top of this blue fence here and then were hurling glass bottles. A lot of them were thrown, and a few people, I think, got hit. They've now been pushed back, as you can see, to the Royal Parade bus stop there, and they've further separated them. But this is the tension where it sort of ebbs and flows. It gets a little bit quieter, and then there's suddenly a flashpoint, and both sides of these two groups who've been protesting now for over an hour flared up. The protesters you're looking at now, as I say, are that group, slightly smaller in number. I'd say there's still a good 200 or 300 or so of them who have come, we know, as well as Cornwall, as well as Devon here. And then on the other side of the road, we've got the Stand Up to Racism group, who have an anti-fascism group as well. And in their material advertising this protest, they said put balaclavas on, don't talk to police, but they have joined up with Stand Up to Racism here. The Stand Up to Racism group have actually kept well back in that main square where their protests were organised. They have not got involved in the violence which has erupted further up the street here in Plymouth. They're staying there. They are the largest in number, although it has gone down slightly now, but there's still clearly several hundred here. And really, since they came at 6 o'clock, both sides of these campaigns, these protests, have been separated by riot police vans, by riot officers.